Yo, Happy New Year, guys. I'm back with a cool hack that can help you take out data from Dataverse to Microsoft Fabric without writing much of a code. In fact, without doing much of anything. It's pretty cool when you talk about Microsoft Fabric that can just not collect data and fit them into data engineering, data science, data factory, industry solutions, data warehousing, as well as exuberant reporting structures. With Fabric, Fabric is amazing. Fabric, you can integrate, manage all the data under one umbrella of one lake from which you can do anything you wish to. You already know data integration process to make Dataverse talk to Microsoft Fabric by using export to Fabric option already. You know that. However, with today's option, you can choose which column you can include while you are taking out the data. You can also specify your own schedules to run the data exchange. You can also your own transform. And heck, yes, it's pretty straightforward. So, without wasting much time, let me switch on to my Microsoft Fabric and show you how to do all this. And this is my Microsoft Fabric home, the default landing page where you are going to access Microsoft Fabric. From here, I can switch on to any experience. Say, for example, I can switch on to Power BI, my databases, my data factory, industrial solutions, and anything I want to go to. So these are all the different, experience as we call it, and we can, for our example, we'll switch on to data engineering. So I have already created a workspace out here. So workspace is more like a department. You see, departments are, as in finance, as in HRMS, as in your accounts payable. It could be anything. And each department, each workspace could be assigned to one or more domains so as to make, it's a kind of a segment under one segment like that. So for our example, let me create a quick workspace out here. I'm just naming it a workspace like this, the verse, and it has already a default options present, like I'm selecting my trial, and I can also select alternately pro or premium per user, but for our example I'm just clicking a trial option licensing mode for now, and I'm just applying this. It will take a while to get applied, and it's coming as blank. From here I can create a new item. So when I create a new item from here, I should select a lake house. I should create a lake house. So lake house is essentially the data kind of a data lake, which is where your data is going to reside. Essentially all the data that whatever you are going to take in, whatever you are going to create, resides in one platform, one umbrella of one lake as we know it. So we will create a lake house out here. I can select my lake house from here, and as you have seen that I have kept it as my favorite. So I'm creating my lake house and I'm giving a name like Dataverse lake house like this. It will check like if this name is already there or not, else it's going to allow you. Yeah, so it is getting credit, and yes, it's ready. So it's by default going to have my tables and my files. So all the tables and my files are empty right now. I'm going to create the table. I'm going to import the table from Dataverse out here. So what I will do is that I will get data. So when I create the data, it looks like new data pipeline. I will create a new data pipeline as data pipeline underscore data verse. I'll give a name like this, and I'm going to create this. It will take a couple of moments to get created, and yes, it's ready. So I will fill in the data words details out here, and I will start the record ingestion, the data ingestion. So yeah, it is asking like which data source should you choose from. It's going to come up with a liter of options. Out here I can select data words like this, or I can select D365. I can select data words from here directly, or I can select you know uh, HTTP. I can select Dynamics X. I can select Dynamics like that. There are so many options out here. Dynamic CRM, there are so many options out here. So for our example, I'm going to select Dataverse from here. So Dataverse Power Platform, it's asking like what is the environment domain that I should be using. So for that, let me quickly take out my environment domain from here. Let me take you to there, and I'm going to copy this detail like its URL. I'm going to copy this so I can copy the link directly, and I'm going to paste it here, and I'm going to remove the necessary HTTPS and the trailing slash sign, and I can sign in with my with my credentials. With my credentials, though, I would rather suggest you to use your instead of organization account, you should select your service principal. And yes, it's ready, so I'm going to click on to my next, and it's trying to validate all the details that I have provided and trying to connect to the data source. So yeah, it has gone to the next step, which is essentially it is trying to find out, figure out, trying to chalk out the tables that are associated with this account, and going to list you out these details. And yes, it's ready with all the tables that are associated with the account that I logged on in. So I have my famous account table, I have my account KPI, account project, accounting TED. Everything is now ready. So right now I'm going to select my employees table, which is my this table employees CDN, which is I think it's kind of top. It's employees table, and employees table. I'm basically just loading the preview in the sense that it's going to give you a snapshot of all the data that are available, that are columns that are available. So I can safely wait here, or rather I can go to the next step, and I am going to create this as a new table right out here in my employees, and it's going. I have selected the option as load to new table. So this is the step which I was talking about previously. So basically, I can select what are all the columns that I need, what are the columns that I don't need. I can chop them off, and you know what? Like I can also give my own transform pattern. I can also write my own transformation rules that is going to transform my data from source to destination as per my requirement. So what I'm going to do is that I'm without changing anything, I'm just selecting everything, and I'm going to click on next, and it's saying that Dataverse from here it's going to stay in Microsoft Fabric Lakehouse table, and the Lakehouse target name is Dataverse underscore Lakehouse, and I'm saving and running, and yo, and you see it's loading up in a data pipeline, and the pipeline's current status is in progress. I can also optionally click on view run history, whereby I can see like what is happening out there. So here I can see, for example, go to monitor, whereby I'm going to see the current status, like it is saying as not started, and I can keep on refreshing it to see what is the status, what is the percentage of the completion. Like that I can keep on keeping an eye on it. And yes, it succeeded in no time. What I can do is that I can check like what is the status of my data operation. So what I will do is that I will go back to my lake house, and I would see like how are the tables are have got created. So if I expand the tables, there is nothing created. So I need to do a refresh. It will refresh, and it show like it has undefined. So again, let me refresh this, and it's now showing as the employees. So if I select on this employees, it's going to show me the status, the list of the employees that has basically got imported out here. So this is how you can fetch in the data from Dataverse to Microsoft Fabrics. So basically, it is showing as top 50 rows, and this is where the magic part lies. You know what? Like I can switch on to Lakehouse to SQL Analytics endpoint, whereby I'd be able to create views. I'd be able to create stored procedures. I could be able to create user-defined functions and whatnot. So here is my employees table. I can create a view out of it, and I can create my functions and stored procedures out of it. As an example, I have created a view out here, which I've named it as employee view, and it's basically, it's selecting a few fields out of it, like ID, commission percentage, first name, last name, salary, department IDs from employees. And I can run this query, and it's going to create the view out of it. So it got succeeded. And next step is what, I can create I can go to reporting, and I can automatically update the semantic model. So semantic model is going to, you see, it is showing me these two objects, the employees and the associated view with it. So basically, whatever changes you do to the metadata or the schema to the underlying table components or the view components, or whatever components that you are writing on, it's going to update the semantic model, and so that you can create a report out of it. Yes, that's it. So you can just go on to reports, and you can select what you want to do, what you want to create. So for example, I'm going to create an employees view out of this. I'm going to create the employees department, and like I can select the first name, the last name, the salary, CTC, everything I'm going to select, and it's going to fetch me a report out of it, which I can just I can view. I can see, like, I can also create a count of all the employees who are belonging to a particular department. I can also see which location, say for example, out of Manhattan, how many employees are there, out of California, how the state level, how many employees are there. Like that, I can create a very easy report out of it, and yes, I can publish it. I can pin it up in my dashboard, and that's it. And it can do a lot of stuff. So you can do a lot of BI reporting stuffs out of this cool hack. And that's it. With this, let me conclude this session. And yes, let me know how it goes, and let me know if you have not followed anything. If you are finding difficulty in understanding anything, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. And with that, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And I'm taking your leave now. With much love, namaste.